Hi again, and this is the eighth part of our revision. I think we got to week 10, the formal query languages. The main idea of this week is to be able to produce algebra expressions, and most certainly you will get a question in this regards, where you will need to produce algebra expression. I'm gonna like give you this. I'm gonna just like summarize it in a question. This, as you can see the tables on the right hand side. These are the ones you got in the midterm examination. So I'll just go through this quickly because I need to try to wrap it up quickly because I've got my own things to attend to. So I need to we'll rush through things. So I'll give you the really very important stuff to consider. Anyway, so let's try to have a look at the questions. I think the first part of the question, I think it said list IDs of courses for which no student is registered. Okay, basically all it's saying, we've got three tables. We've got students, course, and registered. We have no table that says not registered. Okay, so all we need to do is that think about this mathematical equation. It's just as simple as that. Right? Okay, you have all the courses, and you have the courses where students are registered. Now, how do you get the courses where students are not registered? Is by subtraction, right? So if you say, just mathematically, if you say courses minus registered, okay, you will get equals none or not registered. As simple as that. But now we need to translate this into algebra expression. I'll just change the color. Right? So if we say, now, because we're talking about the course IDs, it's a list. So the course ID is an attribute, so we're looking at a column, and we said when we look at columns, we do projection, and we use the symbol pi for projection. So project all the course IDs, right? From where? From table course. Okay, project all the course IDs from table course minus, we're talking about difference here, minus, again, project all course IDs from registered. We'll just write in short letters. Registered. Okay, this will give you the courses that where no student is registered. Okay, it's just as simple as that. We'll look at the second part. Okay, I think the second question says names. Oops. Okay, names of students, basically saying like list the names of students who belonged to business department. Okay, right. Again, now we're looking at the student names. So and actually I think all this work will be inside the student table, so we do not need to refer to other tables. So all our work will be within the student table. So because obviously we've got all the student name, excuse me, in the student table we have all the student names and we have all the departments. So we need to look at those students who are in the business department. So first of all, again, we need to list all the student names first. So we do projection. So we have STU, student underscore name. Okay, we need to get that. Then, okay, we got that. Then we need to compare the tuples now, right? We listed all the names. Now we need to compare each name against the department. So we look now. We're gonna start looking at the rows. When we look at the rows, we do selection. So we use our Sigma. But this time we will look at the department. We will compare the name against the department name, and the department name should equal to business. Okay, simple as that. Again, all this work is in the student table. Okay, this is again as simple as that. Okay, so this you need to make sure you understand. Okay, so I'll cut it to here. Right, what I'll do, I'll go quickly to the chapter itself and just basically review what's important. All these stuff, it's a revision. We've already studied this in week 3, I think, or week 4, right? So it's just reminding us again, because again, do you remember when I said to you, it is very important to understand the topic of week 3 and 4 because it appears here again in a greater detail, right? So you need to understand all these. Don't worry about the rename operation. Okay, composition. Okay, that's all right. You don't need to worry about this slide. The rename operation. This is just definitions, so it's okay. Additional operations, right? This already you need to understand the intersection. Now this is important, as you know. In the natural join, we lose some data. Okay, in the don't worry about the assignment operation. But in the natural join, we as you obviously know, you should know anyway, that we lose some data to make sure that we don't lose the data. In case we need to show all the data, we use something called outer join. So the outer join is also important that you understand very well. We've got 3 types of outer join. We've got the right outer join, we've got the left outer join, and we've got the full outer join. You need to understand every one of them very well. Okay. Null values also important. Again, I think you studied in Java that null means we have no value. In the database, null could mean that there's no value, and also it could mean that it is a missing value or unknown value. Sorry, so it's either a missing value or it's an unknown value. Either way, we call this a null value. So you need to know this. So you need to know what null value mean. Division operator, don't worry about this. Generalized projection and aggregation, do please read them. Aggregation, for example, just know what aggregation is in this regard, in this week. Know what aggregation mean without need to look at the examples. Just make sure that you understand what aggregate operation mean. Okay, so don't worry about these examples and stuff, as long as you understand what aggregate operation mean. Modification of database, don't worry about it yet because it will come in the SQL. So It will come in SQL. See, here we go. We talk about SQL. So SQL will come in the next topic. Well, that's it. Don't worry about the rest. Do not worry about the. Don't worry about the rest. That's it. Okay. Let's make sure. Yeah, that's it. Don't worry about the rest. So yeah, study. So study up to this point. Everything I said. Yeah, everything I said up to this point, up to slide 39. From slide 40, don't worry about it in this chapter. Okay, so I'll see you in the next part.